Hi, in this video we are going to discuss about pipes. So pipes allow us to transform data before displaying them to the browser. So pipes are also of two types. We have some inbuilt pipe and we also create our own pipe which we called as our manual pipe. So let me move to the our TypeScript file, and here I'm creating some data. So here I'm creating name of string data type and assigning it to a name or say hurry over here, and also creating that logo data of a string data type, also assigning to code me, or say we have welcome to code me. And I'm also creating one more data type which is of object, and assigning these two as name over here and name as hurry, and also I'm also putting logo to code me. Let me save this thing out and move to the browser. So we have pipes of multiple use, whereas we have string pipes, number pipes, date pipes, JSON pipes. So let's take for example of string pipes. So here I'm just importing data simply by using interpolation. So here I'm importing my data and go to the browser. See, hurry will be printed over here. But say once a scenario will come or requirement will come where you have to print that name in the lowercase. So what we can use that lowercase method, or we have lowercase pipe. So let me put the pipe symbol and write it down as lowercase. And if you are coming from any other programming background, you also know that lowercase is a function in the programming language. So here it's used as a pipe. Let me save this thing out, move to the browser. You can see hurry will come over here. As we have discussed the lowercase, we also have uppercase in the same way scenario. It's uppercase, all thing in lower format. See over here, hurry will come in uppercase. And we also have a title case. So let me show you here. I'm using that s3 tag. Instead of name, I'm putting as say welcome to code me, and here I'm using our title case. Let me save this thing out, move to the browser. See over here, the first word of every letter is in the capital format, and we have put T and C in the small format. So how this thing will be capitalized? This thing will be capitalized by using the title case method, or say title case pipe over here. And we also have some more very useful built-in pipes. So here I'm using the S3, and also here I'm using our name and I'm slicing that name. Let me change my name also. So here I'm slicing it using a slice operator to 2. Let me save this thing, and I'm also extending name to after hurry I'm writing as code me just for the demonstration purpose. Move to the browser. You can see after R it will come, but here I have write it down slice after second. But as you can see, if we read this thing, how we can read the string. So string index always start with the 0. So H we always put it as 0, 1, 2, and say after 2 it will come. So 2 is included in the slice operation. If we want for a particular length, say I want to only this length, we can put it in this format. So slice, then after one more column, and we can put it as a 7. Let me save this thing, move to the browser. See over here, only that thing will come. Say I have put 7. So this 7th position will not include in the slice operation. If we want to extend, we can use that 8. Then after 7th position will come. See over here. And we also have our JSON pipe. So let me put it in the S3 tag, which will display JSON in the UI. So let me put it as a JSON, save this thing out, move to the browser. You can see JSON will print in the format. And we also have number pipe. So let me discuss about number pipe. So here I'm using that S3 tag, and here I'm putting the number, say 1.234, and using the number pipe as, say, we have number pipe will take 3 arguments, which is after dot and after arrow. So here I'm putting 1.2 arrow 3, or let me copy this whole thing and print below. And here I'm changing that third to 4 and 5 over here, and here I'm putting as 3, and we don't need this 3, and then 1 and then 2 over here. Let me save this thing out, and we'll show you what is mean by 1, 2 and 3 over here. So first letter in the number input will represent minimum number of integer digits, and second will represent that minimum number of decimal digit after decimal, and third will represent that maximum number of decimal allowed in the particular number. Let me move to the browser. See over here, it's 1 2 3 4 is coming. Why? Because we have put minimum number of one integer is allowed, and if I change this thing to 2, you can see over here it will automatically include 0. See, and the second number will represent that minimum number of decimal digit is present. See over here, as you can see that we have put 2, and we have also put that maximum will be 3, so here is 3. But if you go to that another example, in the last one we have put 3, but here we have 3 numbers after decimal, but here we have put 2. Move to the browser, you can see that last number will be escaped. Why? Because here, as you can show, the last digit will represent that maximum number of decimal digit allowed. So here we only allow 2 decimal place. So if this thing is greater than 5, it will round off and edit this thing. Let me show you. Here I am putting as 8. Save this thing out and move to the browser. You can see 24 will come instead of a 23. And we also have some more very useful number pipe. So here I am erasing this and putting in the S3 tag. So here I am using 0.25 over here and using the percent pipe. So what percent will do, it will include the percentage symbol in the UI. See over here, 25%. But say we also have one more pipe, which is our currency pipe. Say I want to add some more currency over here to show like Indian rupees or something like that, but the default currency is US dollar. As you can see over here, dollar symbol will come. Let it refresh. See over here, it's come as dollar. But hey, if you want to use this thing currency in Indian rupees, how you can put that? You can put the INR. What is INR? It's a ISO currency code for India. And if you want to have that currency in any other format or in any other country, you can use that ISO code right down here, it will come. So just move to the browser. As you can see after here, that rupees symbol will come, and if you want, instead of rupees symbol, if you want that INR will come, you can also use that code over here, which is the inbuilt keyword. As you can see, after refreshing, INR will be coming. We also have a date pipe. So let me comment out this thing, or we can simply erase this thing. We can't invoke the date directly. First we have to create the object of date class. So I'm creating that object date equal to new date over here, and let me save this thing out and move to our HTML. So here I'm using S3 tag and assigning the date over here with the help of interpolation. As you can go to the browser, you can see a date is coming in full-fledged format. But say we also have 3 inbuilt date operation, which is short, medium and long. Let me show you this thing as well. So here I'm creating that S3 to simply date, and pipe operator, here I am assigning that date to short as a short. Let me copy it out this thing and paste it down over here, and here we want, instead of a short, we want medium, and we want long. Let me save this thing, move to the browser. As you can see, the date is coming as a short, medium and long, but says its date and time is also coming. We also have that inbuilt pipe we can use to get date, time, and in the long, medium and short format. So let's go to the code and we can simply copy this thing and paste it down below. So instead of a short, we can use our short date. So here I'm putting as date, and here date also, and date here also. Let me save this thing, move to the browser. As you can see, only date is coming. We also have that pipe which will give only the time. So let me copy out this thing and paste it over here. And instead of a short, I'm using the short time. Instead of a medium, I'm using medium time. Instead of a long, we use long time. Let me save this and move to the browser. As you can see in the browser itself, our time is coming in the short, medium and long format. In the short format only hours and minute is there, but we have extra thing added in our medium format, which is our second. In the long format, we also show that with the time zone we are using over here. So we are currently using that Kolkata or Delhi time zone over here. So here we have one more point. So sometimes this question also come in the interview process where someone asks that pipe will gonna change the real data or not. You simply say that pipe will only change the data to show in the UI. It will not change our real data. Let's move towards manual pipe creation. Before moving to the custom pipe or manual pipe, we can say why we need custom pipe. Sometimes the built-in pipe in Angular are not sufficient for the data formatting, so that's why we need to create our own pipes as per the requirement, whatever the requirement is. So here we are simply taking an example. Say I want that I give the input to the pipe, say over here as I give input as date, and I want in the long format, but simply I am giving the input to the name in the format of say Hari or say Kumar, but I want pipe to be written the data of the last, say I want that last name of a particular person. So Angular built-in pipe can't do that, but we can do that with the help of our custom pipe. So let us take an example to how to create our custom pipe. As you already can show, our project is up and running. So as this thing of no use of me, so I'm erasing this thing, saving this thing, and say I'm making some changes. So here instead of Hari, I'm writing it down as Hari space code me over here. Let me save this also and move to the HTML. Let's create our first custom pipe. So you can also open the terminal from here. I am opening using Control Shift or backticks. Let's create our first custom pipe using the inbuilt command of Angular. So here we are using PowerShell. I have to move to CMD, write down CMD over here and put the command as okay. You also have to navigate inside the Angular, so I'm putting as dir to show me the directory, and I have to navigate inside using cd code Angular, and let me clear the console. As you can see, I'm inside my project. This is my project and this is the node folder. If you are just opening your project, it will directly navigate to you and you can escape all those things. So here we are simply writing the command to generate our pipe. So ng stand for Angular, g stand for generate, p stand for pipe, and the name of the pipe whatever you want to define. So here I'm defining the name of the pipe as last name, and if you hit enter it will generate the pipe, but it will generate here as you can see in the app component or the root component. The file is there, it will generate in that manner, but if you look over to the dev component file, it is inside the dev folder, and the test component file are also inside the test folder. So I want my project to be as per the standard. So here I'm putting as hey create this pipe but inside the pipes folder. So simply just hit enter and just wait for a minute. It will create a pipe. You can see the changes over here. See over here, it say it has updated that app module.ts as well as it created two files. So if you move to the pipes folder, and you can see over here that ts file is created, but simply it's also the ts file and this file is also the ts file. How you can differentiate that it's a pipe file and it's the component file? You can simply first differentiate with the help of name. No worries about the same, anyone can easily understand that thing. But simply that inside our component we have a component decorator, but inside the pipe we have a pipe decorator, and this pipe decorator is coming from Angular core. And we also have a pipe transform which is a interface, and it's also coming from the Angular core. Say if I comment this thing, it will give me an error. See over here, why? Because it's telling that interface always we have to use whatever the function provided by the interface. So let me save this and let me use our pipe over here. So here I'm using inside s3 tag, and I'm simply passing the name. Firstly, I'm passing the name with the help of and pipe symbol and our pipe name, which is our custom pipe name, last name. Let me save this and move to the browser. As you can move to the browser, nothing will print over here. You can simply see after refreshing, nothing will print. Why? Because it will return the null value. As you go over here, it will return the null value. And let me show you this thing. Say instead of a null, I want to return Hari. Say I'm hard coding just to show you. Print Hari over here, and if you go to the browser, let it refresh, and you can see Hari will print over here. So it's hard coded something. But say here we have not passed Hari. We have passed our Hari code me over here. So let me show you how we can use this thing. Here you can see value is there, and this value is whatever we have received from here. So name we have received from here, and we can use it over here, and this is the argument. So currently our pipe has no argument, so we can simply erase this thing, and simply I'm putting that console.log of value to show you that we are receiving the value. Let me save this, move to the browser, let it refresh and move to the console. You can see Hari code me is there, so it's receiving the value, but we have to use say some kind of operation in this value to return something which is logical. Say over here I want to return only that someone last name is like Kumar, then Verma, and then something. I want only that last name. How we can use this? We can simply putting as over here inside the pipe. Here I'm not consoling this thing. Here simply I'm describing one keyword with the help of let, and then here I'm as temp, and then assigning the value to this function. And here I'm also using one more function which is data dot, and I'm splitting that temp dot split function, which is like inbuilt method, as you can see over here. So as you can see, it's giving error. Why? Because we don't have any problem in the split function, but the value comes over here doesn't know like what type of value is coming. So here I'm putting as dot to string function. Say whatever the value will come, I'm just simply describing as say put it to the string format, and say I'm returning that data of last element. Say I'm returning the data of say data dot length then -1, or say I simply also console dot log of data, whatever the data we have provided. So let me explain you one thing. Say whatever the value will come, in our case that Hari or say code me is coming. So here what it will do, it will simply create this data type into an string format, and then it's simply splitting on the behalf of white spaces. So if someone write the name, they always put a white spaces between their first name and the second name. So simply we are splitting on the behalf of that. Say just understand if a person has say three words in their name, also have their middle name, so I'm putting as on. Say what this thing will do, it will simply return the last element, which is on. So that last element is their last name. So we are working in this manner. Let me save this thing out and move to the browser. As you can see, codeme is printing over here. So we have passed Hari codeme over here. See, in the TypeScript file we have passed Hari codeme, and simply we can pass that two letter. It will return the last letter, say first letter and then second letter. So it will simply return me a code. See over here. So let's take another example of returning the age by calculating the age from their date of birth. So just move toward your TypeScript file and let me create one variable over here, which is nothing but I'm assigning one, say some kind of date over here. So I'm assigning date of birth of date type, or you can assign whatever you want to assign. So I'm assigning it as a date type and of new date, and just passing the argument. Say here I'm passing as 2001 01 and 16. Let me save this thing out and move to the HTML. I am also passing this thing, which is date of birth, over to here, which is date of birth. Let me save this, and in the pipe also I'm just commenting this code and say let me save this, and here I'm just returning null. Let me save this, and instead of a unknown I'm putting as any, and say here I'm just putting that console.log of value. Let me save this thing and move to the browser, and in the console you are getting the value, and see that year is 2001. So we are just calculating the difference between their date of birth and the current year. That will give us a date of birth. So I'm putting as let and then current year. Say let current year will be like new date, and new date I want that year, so I can put get full year. That will return me a full year, and say here I'm putting as let whatever the like birth year equal to new date and dot get full year, and in the argument of date I'm passing the value over here. Let me also, before returning console both the thing, save this and move to the browser, move to the console. You can see 2021 and 2001. Say we are not written any data in the UI. Why? Because we have used the pipe in the HTML. Here written null. So here instead of a null I'm returning that current year, which is always greater than birth year. Current year minus birth year. Let me save this thing and move to the browser. See over here you are getting, for example, say I have put the value of a person to be born in 2001. If I put as 2010, let me save this and move to the browser. You can see over here it's like 11 years old. So that's how we can simply create our custom pipe or use them. Or I already show you how you can manipulate the data in the pipe, how you can write some logics in the pipe to get the data as per your requirement. So that's it. In this video we have learned about inbuilt pipe, and we have also learned about how to create manual or custom pipe. So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next video.